Welcome to episode 3 of Theoretically Horrifying, where we discuss all things horrifying theoretically. My name's Alana.
And I'm Grace.
And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different and asking each other some would you rather questions. So, Grace, we're just going to go straight in with it. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
How?
Why?
Because I feel like that sort of implicates that I know when I'm going to die at the same time. Because if it's like, oh, you're going to die of a really bad headache, if I get a headache, I'm going to be prepared for it.
But then every time you get a headache for the rest of your life, you're going to be terrified that that's just time you're going to die.
I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, so it makes no difference. But...
Fair.
But no, I'd like to know how, so I can avoid it for as long as I can. Like, if I'm going to die on a plane, no planes, thank you very much.
Okay, that's interesting. I would say when.
It would be a ticking time bomb for me.
I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to die for like a good amount of time.
You could say that, but you might fall off your chair and break your neck in the next 5 minutes.
I might.
Oh my god, that's horrible for me to say. I can't believe I just said that to you.
Imagine if it happened on camera right now.
I would be guilty of manslaughter, involuntary. I hope it doesn't. I'm just clarifying that.
I'm fairly confident I've got at least 30 more years in me. So, like, and that's like a bare minimum. So I think if I knew when, I would just live my life to the fullest. And I also wouldn't be scared if it was a definite.
Yeah.
Like, you will die on this day and nothing else you do before is going to affect that.
Yeah.
Like, I think, because I would just live my life to the fullest. I would do, like, crazy stuff, because, like, I have no reason to be scared of it.
You wouldn't have to panic, like, oh, I feel a pain here, that might be that.
I mean, oh, yeah, true. It might be, the thing that kills me might be something really slow and painful.
Oh,
so...
could you imagine? Like, it turns out that you end up going to get kidnapped and, like, tortured, like, hostel style.
Yeah.
God.
And then if I knew when, and then that happened... So say I knew that I was going to die in 20 years' time, but then tomorrow I got kidnapped, I'd be like, oh my god, am I going to be stuck in this situation for 20 years?
Gosh. That's a nihilistic question, but I sort of really like it.
But also, like, I think I think I'm going to be more paranoid knowing how.
Yeah. You know what, somehow you always manage to convince me to go against my answer, because you make up a really good thing.
I think... It depends on the how as well, because if it was like, I don't know, if it was something like health related, like a heart attack, every time I had like a pain in my chest, I would panic, and that would just ruin my life. But if it was something really obscure, like, I don't know, you're gonna be eaten by an alligator, which is like nightmare fuel for me. I hate alligators, but yeah, you're going to be eaten by an alligator, then I would just have, like, you know, it's like, okay, how often in the UK as well am I going to come across an alligator?
Oh, God. Just don't go to Florida.
Yeah. No more Universal.
Alligators are worth it. Go to Universal. Enjoy the rides. I just love theme parks.
I do like them. I'm not big on roller coasters, though.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Crazy roller coasters.
See, I prefer roller coasters if I'm on my own. I don't like other people on there with me.
What, like people you know?
Yeah. I'd have Ryan next to me.
Why?
I just don't like him.
That's really weird.
It's like, I
feel like people go on roller coasters with their friends. It's like a thing.
No, on my own. Just on my... I don't know. Something's probably wrong with me, but yeah.
I don't think I could do one on my own. That's too scary.
Right. So, you ready for a question?
Yeah, right. Go for it.
This sort of relates to it a little bit. Would you rather go swimming in water with alligators or sharks?
Sharks. Easy. Sharks.
Oh.
Alligators are nasty, horrible creatures, and I hate them, and they're terrifying. Alligators, crocodiles, all of them, hate them all.
Oh, bless. Why sharks? Like, why? So, if you liked alligators, but you still said sharks, what was your yes for sharks, or is it just because you don't like alligators?
Sharks are more peaceful in general.
Oh.
I watched a lot of Animal Planet as a kid. Sharks aren't that likely to attack you unless it's like, I think it's a bull shark or a great white shark will probably attack you. And also they've got like a sensitive point, like if you like whack them on the nose and in the eyes, they're like not a big fan of that. Whereas alligators are just armor.
Yeah.
They're just armor with teeth.
See, that's my exact answer. I hate it when like they make films about sharks because they're just big babies. Like,
yeah,
I
like
love sharks. I think they're lovely, and like they make them out to be so vicious. I mean, I know that's the point of the film, but like sharks are really cute.
Yeah, I think sharks are cute.
But I love alligators.
Alligators. I used to love them as a kid. I was fascinated by alligators. And then one day I went to a zoo and I was looking at one. And you know when their head is like half out the water? But the tank, like you could see the whole of the tank. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Looked under, saw how big it was, shat myself. And I was like, no, never. No, don't like them anymore.
Well, the chance probably isn't going to come up for swimming with sharks or alligators. So, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
And also, I don't like that they can, like a shark isn't going to follow you onto land. An alligator will.
Yeah, they're like ducks. Well, not like ducks.
I don't think a duck is going to kill you.
Not like ducks, but
Hippos. A hippo will kill you.
Would they?
Yeah, hippos kill for fun.
Oh, I suppose you've got hungry hippos, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's where the name comes from.
They're evil.
Oh, they seem too cute.
Wait, what was your answer to that question?
Sharks.
Sharks.
Yeah. They're cute.
Good. Would you rather be haunted by a ghost for your entire life, or when you die, become a ghost and haunt someone?
Ooh. Haunt someone. That would be really fun.
What, haunting someone? Yeah.
It'd be a great laugh. It'd be, oh my god.
But if you're haunting them for their entire life, assuming they live a normal lifespan, so like 80 years, that's a lonely existence. I don't know if I could do 80 years alone.
No, I would choose someone that was either like really chaotic, so it'd be like watching a soap opera for 80 years, or someone that's hilarious, or someone that's like really disturbed. So
I wouldn't pick someone disturbed.
Could you imagine, like...
You're just going to make it worse.
Imagine being a fly on the wall, like, over some, like, proper weirdo. It would make you complicit, though, within the acts. Psychology. But, No, I think I would haunt someone. Just because, could you imagine, just, like, annoying someone all the time? Like, so, you know, this is going to sound really weird. You know, some people like to have their toilet roll round a certain way, like, turned a certain way. I would just constantly change it back. Or like leave like the lid off of a drink all the time, like in the fridge, so it goes flat.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, or like stop their washing halfway through its cycle so it goes all smelly. I just like prank someone the whole time. That would be gold.
Yeah, I think if I could choose who I could haunt, I would haunt one of my friends and just annoy them for the rest of their life. But if I couldn't choose, I think I would. Oh, I don't know. It depends on the ghost haunting me as well. If it's someone I know, if it's like a good ghost, then that's okay. But what if it's like a malevolent one?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, I watch some of these films where they're haunted. I'm like, oh my god, I would just kill myself. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's really dark. Because
that's like my answer to every time someone asks me a horror situation. I'm surprised I haven't said it more in these episodes already. But it's just like, in reality,
I'm like, zombies knocking at the door. Pff, no.
Yeah. 100%.
It's not. I feel like we can say it because it's a horror-based podcast. Like, but that ain't happening. Like, you see some of these ones, like the ghost, like the possession from like The Grudge. No thank you.
Oh my god, no.
Literally, because I would die of fright. You would literally just not be able to do anything, be terrified. No thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much to scare me anyway. Like the glass earlier.
That was actually hilarious.
I just like crap myself.
That's the thing. It's not going to be Casper haunting you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're friendly ghost. So
I love Casper.
I'd like to be haunting someone, but could you imagine how much like a voyeur you would be? You'd basically live their life with them.
Yeah.
And could you imagine if like you're haunting a family and it turns out the husband, instead of going out to work every day, he has another family, or he's a serial killer on the side, and you couldn't do anything about it. You would have to, oh my god,
you just have to watch.
film, my dear. email Alfred Hitchcock from the grave. Seriously, could you imagine like haunting someone and then you find out that they're actually a serial killer on the side, and as a ghost you're trying to send signals to the wife that he's doing this?
That would be so good. Like, it starts off and you think that it's like a film about the ghost being the haunting, but the real horror is the person that they're haunting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, copyright it immediately. That's...
We need to get Tiago on this.
Literally.
He's being a film
Where's
director.
Our film director now?
Oh dear.
That's a good question. Right.
Thank you. Your turn.
You. So, for 24 hours, would you rather have to do an extreme haunt? So I don't know if you've heard of like the McCamey Manor haunts.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Have to go to a fun haunt, but it turns out it's real, like in the film Haunt or Hell House LLC. I don't know if you've seen either of those.
Oh, I love Hell House.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favourite films.
It's both involving like haunted attractions, but one is like real, like it's not real, but it's terrifying because you sign up to it. Bearing in mind those NDA waivers and stuff, they don't actually apply. Or you have to go to a haunted house that's fake, but it has real supernatural elements. But you can escape both.
Wait, did you say for 4 hours?
The whole 24 hours, the whole night.
24
the whole
hours?
Night.
Oh, jeez. I still think I would go... I've seen the McCamey Manor videos. I'm not going to last 5 seconds. So, did you watch Dark Tourist?
I know of it, but I haven't watched it.
You should watch that on Netflix. But he did
it.
And he didn't even get to the torture part. He literally was like at the initiation part at the beginning, and he like noped out. And I was like, yeah, no, that's me. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. Well, if it was like I was going in for something fun.
Yeah.
For one, I would probably be doing it with a group of friends.
True.
So I would have some help. And if it became real, I mean, I'm not choosing that. If I went to McCamey Manor, I'm choosing that for myself. Whereas if it's an accident, basically, if it's real, and I feel like I'd be better at that. And I could just try and run away.
I understand. I do understand. I feel like it's one of those ones where, I mean, none of these you don't know until you're there doing it. But at the same time, part of me with the McCamey Manor or like similar haunts is that you do survive, and you've gone there because you're obviously like it of some sort, a masochist, whatever. So not that I'm saying everyone who goes there is, but I'm saying like it's something that intrigues you, that you want to participate in, and it's horrible. But at the same time, the other one is a laugh, but then there's a chance that you would be completely done in for life because it's real. You know, McCamey's people in masks, they're getting paid for it. Just a bit freaky deaky.
They're not gonna... Okay, McCamey Manor, they're not gonna kill you. But they will probably scar you for life. Whereas if it's real... Like, how many people... Like, the majority of the people that were just visitors at the Hell House...
They survived.
Whatever they called the haunted house. They
the
survived.
Abaddon.
So,
yeah, they did survive.
That's it.
But I mean, I don't know. Have you seen the sequel to Hell House?
Yeah.
For me, it is the best film out of the three for Hell House.
Yeah.
And so, you probably, I don't know if you agree with me, as a big horror fan, you tend to get a bit desensitised over time. Not as much like gets to you. I had to turn Hell House LLC 2 off. I had to turn it off halfway through. I had to turn it off. So you know when the two guys, like, they pick up the hitchhiker and she's like, oh, I have to get out the car, and she goes down to the basement and she has that messed up. Nah, I turned it off. I thought that's not happening. I needed a tea break and a biscuit break, and then I continued.
Yeah. I had to pause the first one. I didn't like completely turn it off, but I did pause it for a tea break on the bit. You know where I can't remember any of people's names, but the guy goes down to the basement and the clown is there, and then he comes back and he's like, he thinks he's in two places at once, and he's like, how did you do that? Oh my god. That gets me so bad.
I'm trying to think of the director now. I think it's Stephen Quignetti. He is a legend. I'm sorry that there's only 2 films. Well, Hell House obviously scares me, but there's something about that second one. So 2 films that I've ever gotten nightmares, literally could not handle it, is the second one, and there's this other one called Let's Scare Jessica. It's like,
I haven't seen that.
it's not like not a lot of people know it, but it just hasn't like reached big heights. But it's amazing if you ever get to see it. I really recommend it.
Okay. What is it on?
I watched it on Shudder, and I had a VPN, so I used it I think it was on USA, but I believe it's on Prime to rent for like £2. It's worth the £2.
Let's Scare Jessica.
Let's Scare Jessica.
Okay. I might watch that after this.
Yeah. Or Let's Scare Julie. I think it's Let's Scare Julie. No, there's a film called Let's Scare Jessica to Death, and then they've obviously played like on the title, and I think it's called Let's Scare Julie. It's not a remake, it's just...
Yeah.
Right, either way, just look up Jessica and Julie, and it's the newer one. Alright, just watch that.
Okay. I've lost my train of thought. What was the question?
Real
Would I
porn
rather...
or the... Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the one that becomes real. Because I know I wouldn't last McKamey Manor. Like, 24 hours. I would just be scarred for life.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Cool. Thank you for listening to Theoretically Horror episode 3 with the Would You Rather special. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave it in the comment box below. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.